Damn bird with me. Damn bird with me. Yeah, yeah. Real talk, no BS. No scripts, no favors, no referees. What they won't say, we address it directly. Street news, street politics, respect the integrity. Yeah. Real talk, no.
What's the word? What's the word? What's the word? Hey, look, man. There's a whole lot of crazy shit going on, right? Adam doing crazy, just getting in fights. Like, share, sub up. Tell a friend, tell Tim about doing it again. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss no more videos, shorts, or demonstrations like ADAM22 getting punched on again. So we here, you know, this is first, like, I'm going to say something since getting beat up by Jason Love. So we're going to get into it and see what ADAM22 talking about. We're going to see what he talking about. See, y'all think I'm playing. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Now let's go.
There is one topic that I feel stands above all others in terms of what we must discuss today, and that is my honorary, it doesn't seem like the right word, it's not really an honorable thing, but more of a humiliation ritual. I see that term a lot in the comments. I got my ass whooped this weekend, and this is my first time appearing on a podcast since this ass whooping.
Sound different.
My voice sounds different?
Yeah.
Damn, you might have my octaves up a little bit. I didn't even think about that.
Aura points.
Anyway, I felt like prior to all of this going down, I wasn't really able to speak openly about how I felt about this whole thing. So I just want to tell you guys a little bit of the narrative of how this whole thing happened. So Remo had been telling me that I should box somebody for a little while now, just because he thought that it would be good for the content, stir things up, etc., and it would probably help us to start, you know, managing boxers or getting fighters doing stuff, you know, more content, more conflict, more stuff that we can make content about, right? So I was already open to the idea. I get hit up by Aiden Ross and his team. They sent me a short list of people that they thought I might be open to fighting given my weight. Number one, Blueface. Immediately, I was like, oh no, that's not good. Next one, Le'Veon Bell.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
Another one. Yeah, I was like, wow, that sounds bad.
That's
no.
worse.
Next one, AB.
Who?
AB, Antonio Brown.
He in jail.
No.
This was before that, and I think he's out. He's just facing potential attempted murder charges. Yeah, he's out still. But I saw those three, and I thought, these all seem like really bad ideas. Then I saw the next one, Jason Love. This was their idea initially. And I thought to myself, this is another person who will clearly whoop my ass. And I say that, you know, humbly, as a person who's really never tried to learn how to fight throughout my life. Little blips there. You know, I did boxing in Brooklyn in 2007 for like a month and a half, maybe. That was, you know, over 20 years ago, or about 20 years ago. So that seems like a distant memory. I did a little bit of jiu-jitsu for maybe like 6 months in Long Beach. That was also like 15 years ago. So basically, I'm a completely untrained fighter. Have I had some good street fights over the years? Yes. But to be fair, they were all pretty much just like drunken blurs that are really not comparable to any serious combat sport. But when I saw Jason Love on that list, I just knew that this was a guy I was willing to get my ass kicked by.
That was the smartest choice.
They said me and Munchie, Mike's up.
They're good. Because I just felt, you know what? You got to give the people what they want. Me fighting Blueface is just random. Me fighting AB, whatever, it's just random. But the Jason Love one is just a narrative that I knew would be so funny, so viral, that I was willing to do it. Now, when I brought this to my wife,
That's what I was about to ask you.
I told my wife, listen, I got this offer from Aiden Ross and the Brand Risk team, and I'm thinking about doing it. And my wife looked at me and said, what the f are you thinking? He's gigantic. He's going to beat.
Your silly ass thought you was gonna go out there and recompense some things of what he did. No, you look crazy as hell. You got beat up. When during the fight, did you at least think to pinch Jason Love? Like, son, take glove, smack him with the glove, son. Lord.
Out of you. And I told her, I don't really care. From my perspective, yes, there's the bag associated with doing the fight, but then also there's just so much content that we could make about this in the lead up to it that ultimately, if I get my ass kicked, I told her, I'm like, she's like, what if you get seriously hurt? I'm like, what's the worst thing that's going to happen? I'm going to get a black eye. Maybe I get like a little mild concussion, you know?
He could have broke your jaw like Jake Paul got his jaw broke. What you mean? What's the worst case, Nick? Yeah, all right. Yeah, all right. What y'all think? If he'd have actually put up a fight against Jason Love, what's the worst that could have happened?
This is stuff I can handle. You know, I'm like, realistically, he's probably not going to break my jaw.
A little bit of CT, never hurt nobody.
Which, given the way that the fight went, I actually feel really, really lucky that I didn't get my jaw broken, because that seems like much more of a realistic possibility now that I've actually been in the ring with this guy. But that's where I started out, which was basically like, I'm willing to take this fight that I kind of know I'm going to lose because of the content, because I want to provide for the people. Obviously, the bag is part of the consideration, but also I just knew that it would entertain the people so much, and I felt like it was worth getting my ass kicked.
I got a couple bullet points.
One thing, I just want to get to like the shift in mind state, because then very quickly I start training with my now good friend David Kaminsky of Kaminsky Boxing, who's also a trainer for Blueface. And at first I kind of got the vibe that David Kaminsky was training me. He was happy to be getting paid, but ultimately I don't think he believed in me. But then he saw footage of Jason Love training. He saw Jason Love hitting the bag, and he calls me and says, Adam, you can beat this guy. His punches suck. He looks out of breath after hitting the bag. This is what the trainer's telling me. He's like, this guy, he's big, he's muscular.
So they all set you up to get your ass whooped? Damn, that's a diabolical situation. You know how bad you got to irritate them up for them to want you to get your ass whooped, or to see you get your ass whooped? That's rough.
Is taller than you. He's got like no body fat. He's got tons of muscle all over him. But Adam, you can beat him. This is what he started to tell me. And I started to believe it. I started to think, you know what? He's right. All I got to do is go in there. I got to have good technique, good cardio. I'm going to be able to handle Jason Love.
Beat your ass.
Seems a little silly in retrospect.
What would
So should we just call Jason Love Mr. Belt's ass? You know, we gonna get through the rest of it. Y'all tired of hearing me talk.
was the exact moment where like things shifted in the ring and you were like, okay, this is gonna, because there's the first punch. It seems like I'm not sure if like you blocked his first punch that he threw, his little place holder punch.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like my one thing that I was doing wrong in training is like, you know, okay, people who know about boxing, it's all about your guard, which is where your hands are protecting yourself, you know? And I'm watching so many fights and I'm watching all these legendary boxers and they've got amazing guard. Like they're just getting pieced up, 10 punches coming in and they just block all of them because they're so solid with this. And I did what I could to learn that, but like ultimately, and also keep in mind, I had 2 weeks to prepare for this, which is pretty absurd.
3.
Huh?
3. Don't cheat. You had 3. 2.5.
I don't think that's accurate. It's probably like 2.5 because I didn't train for like 4 days before it because he told me that you needed time to like heal up and get ready or whatever. So, yeah, I mean, like ultimately, I think that I believed that by putting my hands up, I was going to be able to take some hits and then hit him back. The first hit that I take, you see my arms go from this to this. He just hit so much harder than I ever could have really realized was possible. And yeah, that was pretty much the moment where I was like, what the was I thinking?
I think 2017 Adam would have put up a nice little fight.
Hell no. I was
You-
doing drugs
No,
back
no,
then.
no,
That-
look, all right,
I don't
look,
know, bro.
look.
I want to hear this. Like, what happened? Like, what was 2017? What you were seeing?
Look,
I was younger.
He was doing drugs, but he was just more like, you know, like
Jacked.
he was around like the street dudes, and
What?
he was like,
He
you
ain't
know,
now?
No, I'm
Yeah,
way more
no.
around the street dudes. Back then, I was around like the little SoundCloud.
I
kids.
feel like back then you had that ambition. You get what I'm saying? Like he done got more comfortable with being like, you know, a white guy in the hills sipping his Starbucks cup with his wife. You know what I'm saying? Like he done got like real compatient with life.
that is part of it for sure. That I realized when that first hit landed, where I was like, "Oh, fuck."
You could just tell by like the way like you were running. Like you could tell like
The way he was running.
No, like, dude, I was doing that in sparring too. That's like my trainer freaked out on me. He's like, "Bro, you can't get hit and then just start turning away." And he was even telling me, "Bro, like when you get hit, you close your eyes and you like look down." He's like, "You can't do that. You have to stay focused straight ahead." I don't know. Like I just even in the fight, like I got hit hard one time. I started turning my back.
So
It's
you
just,
thought it was gonna be a defensive fight? You just counter everything, go block, throw some backbone, y'all go exchange punches. That's what you figured.
I mean, I watched so many fights in the lead up to this, and I'm watching these warriors just standing in front of each other, just trading punches and blocking punches. And everybody kept telling me, like, Adam, all you got to do is punch him in the kidney, punch him in the liver, or whatever.
That sounds easy, huh?
Yeah. I mean, everybody's talking about that like it's the easiest thing in the world. And when I got that first hit, it was just like, oh, hell no. There's no way. Because all these fights I watched, I didn't see any fight where the other dude just came out and just immediately just started swinging on the
Mike
other
Tyson?
dude. I mean, but I didn't
Except for
really,
him.
I didn't watch a lot of like Mike Tyson because I'm thinking, I was trying to watch like influencer fights and like, you know, like fights that maybe would be like a little closer.
So who the main influencer you was watching? Jake Paul?
Even him, he's like pretty good at this
Scam like
point.
me?
No, because this is like tiny. That's like not really applicable. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, as soon as I got hit, I was just like, oh hell no! I can't believe that I really like allowed myself to start to believe that I was
that's
going to
how
be
you
able
lost
to
the
win
fight,
this.
bro. You lost before you even entered the ring, even thinking and talking like that, though, bro.
I'm talking to you right now about what I've.
Nah, okay. You trying to check much, yo. I was talking about what I was thinking. Right, what you were thinking. Sir, you psyched yourself out before you even got into the ring, before you got to the arena. Hey, you said you didn't train for 4 days before the squabble. Okay, so that means you checked out about a week before the squabble. Where you mentally should have been, oh yeah, you checked out of that. Wow, that was gone. But we're gonna listen to you land the rest of your plane, even though I think it's bull. We're gonna listen.
Felt after the fight. Before the fight, you got to pay better attention. I'm telling you how I was so confident going into it.
You said you picked the one that will whoop your ass the least out of the four.
I don't know about that.
Him or Blueface, debatable. I mean, like professional athletes. Or
I've been in the gym with Blueface a lot, and he's pretty hardcore.
Yeah.
Blueface got it, bro.
The old Blueface that was skinny, maybe a little bit of a point.
So then, yeah.
The Blueface,
Le'Veon
it's
Bell is
huge
a running
now.
back.
Yes,
He pushing through lineman, the defensive line, bro. And
That's
you
what I'm
got-
saying. Yeah,
there's
AB.
two NFL players.
he's been out of it for a while, but I mean, you're not just like an elite NFL player, and then you just like forget all that. No, like you are strong as and like super durable as a result of having had that career for sure.
But we also the Jason Love's a Marine, right? He got Semper Fi tatted all over his body, which
Yeah.
He got what?
New Semper. This is the saying of the Marines.
Yeah, he was a sniper in the Marines, which probably means that he has killed.
Oh, for sure, he got hats even in the list.
You know, which
I ain't got
is
that much confidence in him, and I think, like you proposed, if Blueface took that back fade, Blueface will whoop him, bro.
I do think Blueface would have a really, really good shot against him for sure.
I think he'll win.
I'm actually
I
deeply
bet on it.
invested in the future Jason Love fighting saga because I really want to know like where he goes from here.
Well, that kind of just anyone who's asked that he whips after
Wait,
you, it validates what happened to you.
So you couldn't whoop his ass. So now you're a fan. couldn't put belt to ass. He socked you around the ring, smiling at your wife as he boop-bopping you upside your keely. Yeah, no, you sound crazy as hell. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Make it make sense, man. This shit crazy.
So it's like
No, it don't. Cause
yeah, dude.
Nah, because I
like,
didn't even
if
put
he
up a fight like that, bro. So that's not a real metric.
Well, let's say he did the same thing he did to me to Blueface. Then okay, yeah, okay. I guess that makes me look a little bit better. But ultimately, like I know I looked like, I know I'm not a fighter. I went my whole life not fighting until like 2-3 weeks ago. So it is kind of weird to see people being like, Adam is such a coward. Like now we know that you are like this kind of guy. It's like I was always pretty open about the fact that, like, never have I ever sat on this podcast and talked about how I was so tough. That's just never been part of my podcast. And now I have said that I would be able to beat the shit out of little miniature Labubu sized people like Sauce Walker. That's different. But I've never bragged about my
Sauce Walker smoke.
Tiny. He's tinier than you. Yeah, he's like
Wait. So you're openly happy about getting whooped on, buddy, that you let hit your wife. Which well not actually. Y'all know what I mean. But now you say you could punch on Sauce Walker. Sauce Walker, see this and say something to it. Hey, look, I put my money on Sauce. Fuck it. I put my money on Sauce Walker. Let's go.
He's like an 8-year-old.
Yeah, he's probably like what, 5'8", 5'9"?
Yeah, he's 5'8".
That nigga crazy.
He do hard drugs and he hangs out with prostitutes at rest stops. But either way, all I'm saying, I don't have any shame about this at all. Like to me, actually, you know, I'm not embarrassed about how it went down. I faced a challenge head on. And actually, okay, this is my main thing too.
Here for Spody.
Spody just wandering. He got his ass in hot water.
Yeah.
Don't go dunking your face in that.
Spody's rider is crazy.
Man. Spody face rider. Recapping the fight. Okay.
As fate.
This is one thing that I feel is hypocritical. You guys tell me if this is true or not. In jail, in prison, you walk into the dorm. You say you're me, and I'm from blank hood, and a big ass dude, 6'10", comes up to me and says, "Hey, you from over there? Well, I'm from over here, and we enemies, so we got to get down." And I say, "All right, bet." And we squabble, and he whoops the shit out of me. This is an honorable act, right? That I was down to run the fade, even if I, going into it, knew that I had no chance, right?
I mean, that's a fact. In my personal opinion, that's what's taking out the culture now. You know, these kids and these guys, they feel like if you lose a fight, that makes you less than. You know what I'm saying? Back when I was growing up, it didn't matter if you really won or lost. You tried your hardest, but it was just respect. You know what I'm saying? The fact that you got out there,
right?
You know what I'm saying? And that's what I respect. But
also, I didn't throw a punch, and I looked like absolute. So I want to acknowledge that. Yeah, but I'm saying, like, from a gang, because I feel like I see so many gangsters being like, you look like a clown. You it's like, bro, this is what you.
It's not the fact of that, right? Because I don't know if anybody else gonna say something about this or towards this. I'm not too much worried about it. You pop it. You pop it. And you pop it a lot. So for a person that pops it as much as you, we all thought that fight would have been something different. You'd at least pinch buddy. Threw a glove at buddy. Something. But, you know, things happen. you showing that you could turn your back and get hit in the back of the head doesn't tell anything. You ain't got beat up for a bag and humility to be shamed for something. So what's your next elevation from this, Adam? You've been humiliated, so what's your next up now?
Oh, been telling me all these years. You got to run the fade, even if you know you're going to lose.
Yeah, but in all fairness to you, majority of these gangsters you talking about, they ain't even pulled up for their squabbles though.
Hey, he said it, not me.
So in my words, when I respect you, you know what I'm saying, more than a lot of these dudes out here that's running from their fades.
Now, I do think it's.
I respect it, Spuddy, but man, he got out there, so you give him that, right? He took his fade, but it ain't like he took. I don't know. It'd hit different if he took the fade like 1 or 2 after the situation with his wife. You know what I'm saying? It just would.
It's also fair to say it's not like I did it for honor. I really did it for attention and money, which is like not really the honorable reason to do something.
So it all came out.
Fire.
Yeah, I mean, I would look crazy if I was denying that.
Some people thought you did it for honor.
No, I was just saying, like in the case of a gang member, you take your squabble because you have pride in where you're from, et cetera. So you got to run this fade even if you know you're going to lose. For me, I willingly accepted a fight that I knew I was going to probably lose for money and attention, which is not anywhere near as honorable.
That's
so
I
understand the difference.
That's what I was pointing out. I knew I was going to lose. You said I was tripping. Man, you lose the fight before you even started when you think like that, bro.
Yeah,
okay, but what I was saying, though, is I thought I was going to lose, but then once I started training, I started to believe that I was going to win, and that unlocked a different level of training where I was going really hard. But, I mean, in retrospect, like all the time I spent working on my cardio was wasted because I didn't even break a sweat during the fight.
What I was telling Les the other day, I think get the cardio, just taking some punches. Like, you know how you hop in the pool, and just like and it's cold, you just have to get used to it.
Yeah.
You got.
I mean, did you spar in doing your training?
Yeah, I mean, 3 different days
in the sparring session
over the course of the 2.5 weeks. Like once we kind of got going, I did 3 different sparring missions with this big ass Russian dude who, you know, in retrospect was really probably like taking it too easy on me.
But he also didn't want to injure you because
exactly, so close to the fight. And like at one point, like when we were sparring or whatever, he was like trying to demonstrate to me. He didn't hit me full force, but he was trying to demonstrate to me that I wasn't like guarding the side of my head. So he just goes, boom, just hits me with like a right hook to the head. I swear to God, my head and neck hurt for 2 weeks. And that hurt more than anything that happened in the ring. There is one topic.
Man, we up out of here, man. What is this? I did it for money and to be seen. Okay, cool. So you did your humility ritual. What next for ADAM22? Y'all jump in the comments and let me know. You know what I'm saying? Hey, like, share, sub up, tell a friend, tell Tim I'll do it again. Bang that notification bell so you don't miss no more videos, shorts, or demonstrations again. Hey, look, in the mains and in between, I fuck with you.
No BS, no filters, no cap, no sensitivity. From the corner to the porch, this the recipe. If it ain't real life, don't mention me. This for the blocks where the cameras don't stay, where the truth get buried under headlines and pay. We don't glamorize pain, we contextualize facts, put the story in order, then we give it right.